delivery, and it's all the way in. It's crept in at the far post, and Manchester United lead.
Okay, as you can see, the players are heading right out for the second half action. Let's get you back to your commentary team. It is Siobhan Chamberlain alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you, Alex. Really intriguing second half in prospects here at Leigh Sports Village. Perhaps a couple of changes for Manchester City. We'll get confirmation of them now. This is Vicky Losada, who went down at the end of that first half. Is off. And Hayley Rasso has come on, as well as Caroline Weir, foe of Manchester United, especially in recent games. Jess Park, the other player to make way. What do you make of those changes for City, Siobhan?
I think City needed to make some kind of change. They weren't really at the races that first half. They didn't do enough to get themselves ahead in the game, and they just looked a bit lethargic. And Rasso, who is full of speed, full of pace and power, and will get beyond Manchester United's backline, and we all know exactly what she can do. So they're two changes that, attacking-wise, will hopefully give Manchester City a slightly different mentality.
So as it stands, Manchester United going through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, but it'll be interesting to see how those two alterations change things from a Manchester City point of view. Perhaps Mary Earps, a little bit more concentration if she sees Caroline Weir lining one up from the edge of the penalty area.
She definitely won't want to see Caroline Weir lining one up from anywhere near the penalty area, especially given how viral every single goal she scores against her seems to go.
It's rough being a goalkeeper in those situations. Must have seen on the BBC Sports website and Twitter that Caroline Weir carbon copy chips. Comes at Stokes. Miscue from Ellen White, and well handled by Mary Earps.
Well handled, but I'd like to have seen Rasso there as it comes to her head to cut it back slightly. Weir and White were both there. She just made a poor decision going straight towards the keeper. There were two City players ready to pounce.
Early promise though for City. Earps mishits her clearance. Weir slips it through towards Demi Stokes. Good sliding challenge from Caldwell. Hemp. Bronze on to Rasso, Australian international, along with Alana Kennedy. A bit of time off over the last international break for the Europeans.
As an international player within Europe, it can be tiring going away, but when you play for someone like Australia and you've got to travel the width of the world to get away and then to come back, it must take so much out of you. So I'm sure those players will be pleased to have had a little bit of downtime.
12 these players in each squad played at the Arnold Clark Cup, so just travelling to Middlesbrough, Norwich and Wolverhampton. There's a lot of hardship, but playing in those consecutive storms can't have been easy. Hemp putting Badia under pressure. And as expected, it's been a quick start from City, who find themselves behind.
It has, and I'm sure there'd have been some choice words, both from players and from staff in that dressing room at half-time to let them know it's not good enough. If you want to win a Manchester derby, if you want to win any football match, let alone a Manchester derby, the standards need to be higher, it needs to be quicker, played with more tempo and with more quality.
a good chunk of that first half where Manchester United were really pushing for the second. They didn't find it. I hope it doesn't prove costly.
They will do, and that's where the top teams punish you. They don't play particularly well, but when they get the opportunity, they take it.
Russo with the flick on. It's Walsh. Kennedy. On to Stanway. Now Rasso, lovely flowing move from City. Ellen White can't get there, but Lauren Hemp can. Less than 5 minutes after the restart, and Manchester City draw level.
Brilliant from Manchester City, and that's exactly the impact Gareth Taylor wanted when he brought Rasso onto the pitch. A brilliant delivery across the box. Number of Manchester City players waiting to put it in. It falls to Lauren Hemp, and she's not going to make a mistake from there. Manchester City are back in this game.
Clean strike from Lauren Hemp. I think it may have even gone through the legs of Ona Badia just to add a little more sting to that. And we have an FA Cup tie on our hands. Real blow for Manchester United, conceding that early on. And after being the better side for so much of that first half, they don't have anything really to show for it. Rasso on the move once again. Impact she's made from the bench at half-time. Bronze. Leah Galton back there trying to help out with the defending. Kennedy.
Manchester City starting this second half how Manchester United started the first. Haven't let them out of their own area to start with, pressing them high, using pace, using aggression. It's exactly what Gareth Taylor would have wanted with the start of this game, this half.
Lovely turn from White. Badia makes the clearance, awkward one, corner kick.
This is where a team of the quality and the calibre of Manchester City, when they start dominating, they will make you pay. And with the quality of Alex Greenwood's distribution, her set pieces, you know there's always going to be problems and questions asked.
Greenwood delivers. It's flicked on by a United player. Dangerously, it's going to be retrieved here by Weir. To Stokes. Time to pick out the cross. Again, well taken by Earps, who wants to get things going quickly, but is stopped by Ellen White. Showing her experience there.
Definitely showing her experience. She could see Mary Earps lining up the long free ball to Ella Toon, who was making the run. She's earned herself a yellow card, but if it's kept her team even in this game, I'm sure she'll take it. Frustration from Mary Earps there after a great take. There's nothing better as a goalkeeper, coming out, taking a beautiful cross and pinging a ball down the other end of the pitch, and then hopefully getting an assist. But Ellen White was having none of it.
Ellen White with the yellow card. Wins it. It's all Manchester City now. Russo. Down the line trying to fine-tune. Heavy touch from Alana Kennedy. And the substitutes have made a big difference. The intent there as well from City now.
They have, they're on the front foot, they're pressing aggressively, they're moving the ball at a quicker pace. As you said, the intent from Manchester City is definitely there this half.
Badia, 2. Just one touch passing from United. Russo's back heel doesn't quite find the intended targets, but it's back with Zellum. Now Gruner. Blundell providing the width. 1-2 with Galton. Rasso back there. Her pace not only causing problems in the attacking third, but in their defensive one as well. Free kick to United.
Interesting decision to make the foul there. It didn't look like Leah Galton was really going anywhere. Just got the knock there from Rasso. She was just a little bit late. The ball had already gone. Simple decision really for the referee there.
And this is the goal that has drawn Manchester City level.
That's what Lauren Hemp is so good at doing. How she times her runs in at that back post space, whether it's on the floor, in the air, she times it perfectly, and that's how she scores so many goals, as well as being great on the ball. Her football brain to know exactly when to exploit those areas is brilliant.
Her 11th of the season and her 8th in the last 12. Really enjoying a prolific period, and how important she will be for England in the summer. A chance on the set piece. Zellum delivers, but easily cleared. Bronze. Stokes. Good play from Badia. Thought about sliding and putting the ball out of play. Instead, keeps possession. It's not a great pass from Zellum. Gives it away in a dangerous area. Now here's Rasso on the move again. Hemp forced back. Where City looked toothless in the first half, they now look very dangerous indeed. Bronze nearly finding White.
Talk about the confidence of Manchester City. I think that's demonstrated by the amount of more rotation that they have. You see there, Lucy Bronze picking up the ball in the centre of the park. You want to see rotation. It makes it so much harder for the United players to be able to know where to pick them up. The amount of movement that you're seeing from Manchester City in the second half has been I mean, you couldn't even recognise it from the first.
Walsh. Leah. Look at those spaces in between defence and midfield. Clearance by Badia, but City looking a lot more fluid in their movement. Galton. Can't quite pick out Martha Thomas.
Probably one of the few times, though, that Manchester United have actually used Martha Thomas as an out-and-out number 9 to use her to pin the ball, to hold it up and to bring others into play, and it worked really effectively. It's just that final ball wasn't there.
Oh, and that's a short pass back. It's White, and City lead. A horrible moment for Hannah Blundell, and Ellen White took full advantage.
One she won't want to be seeing again. The header wasn't firm enough. And Ellen White's not going to miss from there. An awful moment for Manchester United. Miscommunication, whether it was between Blundell and Earps, whether she felt she was higher up the pitch.
Well,
In those situations, you've got to clear your lines, especially when you've got someone as dominant in front of goal as Ellen White charging you down.
Mary Earps, I think, expressing her frustration there. It's a really awkward ball, wasn't it? And with Rasso, who's already looked like she's spooked the Manchester United back line since coming on. Just a difficult decision to make, the wrong one in the end. And Manchester City now 2-1 up.
So frustrating for Manchester United with how well they played in that first half. They completely dominated. They played on the front foot, created opportunities, and now just 15 minutes into this second half that they find themselves 2-1 down.
Brilliant pass out to this near side for Lauren Hemp. Weir, and it's crept in. Caroline Weir does it again against Manchester United, who are on the verge of a complete capitulation.
It's a great through ball here, and Lauren Hemp does well. Picks out Caroline Weir, but Mary Earps has got to do better there. It's a goalkeeping mistake. She'll be the first to hold her hands up there. She's been brilliant for Manchester United this season, and she'll be incredibly frustrated. That's a basic error for her. And Manchester United now need to move forward from that.
Nowhere near as spectacular as her goal 2 weeks ago, Caroline Weir, but just as effective. And Manchester United can't lose their heads. There's still a long way to go. Two goals in 2 minutes from Manchester City. String passes together at the moment, United. City swarming all over them. Stanway finds Rasso.
This is where earlier we spoke about the top teams dominate and make the most of positions when they're in them. And Manchester City, they were poor in that first half, but they managed to stay in the game. They were only a goal down, and now when they've been given that opportunity to get back in the game, they've taken each and every one of them.
Put the first City goal down to a really good team move, but the next two have been high-profile errors, really.
They have, and Manchester United over the past few weeks, the past couple of months, they've defended really well. They've been organised, they've done well in a unit, so they'll be frustrated by that, especially coming so close together. This is now when you need your leaders to step up and help you get back on track and get that momentum back in the game.
Weir, forward for Ellen White. Manchester City cooking on gas now. Lauren Hemp, though, took the shot. Good block. She may have hurt herself in the process.
Looked like it was a really strong block there. It's Caldwell coming in to make the block against her. It connected with that, whether it's the ankle. She seems to have some strapping on her knee. Hopefully, not just for Manchester City, but for England as well. She stays as fit as possible for the next few months leading into a very important home championships.
That's right, this is the sort of part of the season when you're looking ahead to European Championships, when fans of all countries feel nervously whenever players go down, look injured.
Manchester United, they're continuing to be positive, trying to play out, and we spoke about the game against Chelsea at the start of the season where they got caught out by playing out time and time again. I think at the moment, with the pressure they're under, how positive Manchester City are being, playing high up the pitch, it could be the time to switch it up a little bit. Go a bit longer, hold the ball up higher up the pitch and buy yourself a little bit of time.
Zelen onto Toon. There also might be a little bit of a psychological hurdle that Manchester United need to get over.
I'm sure there is, and especially when there's a lot of talk about you can beat the teams in and around you, but can you step into that top three? When things are going your way, it's great, but when things get a little bit difficult, that's when you earn your space in that top three.
Rasso. Good defending from Blundell. We've seen nothing of the United forward players, or barely anything, in the second half, and I think that's really down to Manchester City.
It is, although I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of changes from Manchester United coming soon, hoping for the impact that Manchester City's subs had.
Hemp comes off Badia, and Caldwell clears. Right on cue, United getting ready to make the changes. You smell the deep heat up here. Toon. That's a wonderful ball. Galton latches onto it. And the flicked header from Russo wasn't bad at all.
It was a good attempt, Manchester United's best attempt so far in this half, and we've spoken about Manchester City and the importance of their wide players, Hemp, Rasso this half. Leah Galton is just as vital for Manchester United, but she hasn't had the service as much as she'd want to be on the ball. We see there the way she cut in and delivered that ball across for Russo. She's dangerous both when she cuts in and goes out wide herself, but Manchester United need to get her on the ball more.
Sinja Bruin ready to come on, Danish international. So away on international duty, the Algarve Cup, but an outbreak of COVID in the camp, and their tournament came to an end prematurely. We've got a statement signing when that was announced on deadline day.
It certainly was, and she's a brilliant player, but one that probably hasn't quite found her feet for Manchester United yet. I think it's a difficult task to fit Russo and Brun both in that team, both in their best positions. I said before, I like to see Russo central. Brun also wants to play in that central position, so it's a tough task for Mark Skinner to fit them all in perfectly.
So Sinja Bruin coming on for Martha Thomas, and Kirsty Hansen also on for Alessia Russo. So we're on international duty this week with Scotland. And has scored previously against Manchester United a couple of seasons ago here in a 2-2 draw. Do have a lot of depth in those forward positions, but sometimes you wonder if they're all in the right position for them to get the best out of them.
Most definitely, especially you look at Kirsty Hansen. She had a great start to the season. She was getting lots of minutes, picked up an injury and has struggled really to kind of get any game time on the pitch moving forward, but she's a left-footed player. She's one that you'd probably like to see on that left side, but she's not going to displace Leah Galton, and if you can get them both on the pitch, enable them to cut in field a little bit more, a bit more rotation. But no one's really nailed down that right wing position for Manchester United this season.
Weir. Beautifully done. for Roebuck. Greatest of passes for Greenwood, but she dealt with it very well indeed. And City have worked their way out of this situation nicely. Greenwood up to White. Couldn't control. There's Zellum for United. Brun thought she was caught. Greenwood perhaps more up to speed with the game. Stanway. Maybe one too many touches, but play is brought to an end, and it's a United free kick.
Hayley Rasso there on Leah Galton again. Not the first time. Sure, it probably won't be the last either. Good battle going on down on that far side in this second half. Definitely picked up intensity and tempo with the changes that have been made.
Galton. That's a good-looking ball towards Bruin. It's Greenwood won it. You see Walsh was trying to play in Rasso, and that's another loose pass. Ellen White can't quite match Caldwell. Hansen. Now Badger under pressure. City playing with such confidence. Stanway. Rasso back to Stanway. And deflected into the gloves of Mary Earps.
Positive combination play there from the Manchester City forward line. Only thing I was slightly surprised at is that Georgia Stanway didn't unleash the shot first time. But as she was driving in, the Manchester United line just looked like they were backing off her a little bit, which is a dangerous thing to do when you've got Stanway charging down against you.
Certainly having a much better time than she did in the fixture here in the WSL. Early red card. To be fair, she was playing at right back. She's been asked to play in pretty much every single position, including goalkeeper. That was close, wasn't it? Had a shirt made up just in case.
I actually spoke to her after that match and said that I really wanted to see her come on.
I think we all did. Here's Galton. Toons made the run forward. Instead, it's towards Zellum. Badia. Oh, gets the cross in.
Good defending there from Demi Stokes. I think she's been solid today. She's worked well with Lauren Hem. She's overlapped. She got forward, especially in that first half hour. I think everything positive that did come from Manchester City. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't their best first half performance, but probably did come down that left side with them overlapping.
Weir turns into trouble. Zellum delivers the cross, but only Galton in the penalty area. Bronze finds White. Here is Grunen. Kirsty Hansen will get there ahead of Demi Stokes. I've got a lot of support. Stokes holds her up for now. And the referee has stopped play.
I think it looked like Demi Stokes got a slight nick on Kirsty Hansen's ankle. The assistant referee unconvincingly flagging for a free kick there. It did look like Demi Stokes did clip her ankles, and I think it is a free kick, but needs a bit more assertiveness shown, perhaps.
I'm not sure she agrees from the expression on her face, but free kick it is to Manchester United. Ellen. Oh, and it's been lost. Toon. That's not a bad effort at all. She couldn't go low. There were too many bodies in the way, but off target.
It's not a bad effort at all. As you said, there were so many bodies in and around that 6-yard box. The only place Ella Toon could go was over the top. Maybe it needed a little bit more delicacy from it to get it up and down in time. It wasn't the distance to really go with the power. But more promising from Manchester United.
So next up for Manchester City, and our next showing of women's football, Chelsea against Manchester City next week. The League Cup final live from Plough Lane, 5 o'clock on BBC Two. Make sure you join us for that one. Walsh taking her time, then playing a clever ball forward for Weir. Now Hemp. Kennedy sends it forward.
There's been a real confidence this half in how Manchester City have moved the ball around. The first half, they looked like there was a little bit of uncertainty when they're moving it around at the back. There's been nothing of the sort this half. Moving it around with composure, 1 and 2 touch, so much movement, variation, rotation. A completely different team.
So unless something pretty remarkable happens, an early exit from the FA Cup for Manchester United, although Roebuck taking a chance, goodness me, she's still going. She forgets she was a goalkeeper.
I think it could have been the commentator's curse of saying how composed they've been playing out at the back. They just got a little bit over-composed, over-sure of themselves there. I think she was grateful in the end for being a goalkeeper, as she could just collapse on the ball and pick it up. But Manchester City need to stay switched on and not get too complacent with their movement and how they are playing out from the back. As positive as I was about it, it can all change in just one moment.
Got away with one there. Millie Roebuck fancying a little dribble inside her area. A couple of subs for Manchester City. Julia Blackstad coming on, as well as Khadija Bunny Shaw. Lauren Hemp making way. And rest, so is Ellen White. Two of the goal scorers off. Some minutes for Shaw and new signing Julia Blackstad, Sweden.
Given how important Lauren Hemp is to this side, to be able to take her off after 77 minutes is a luxury I'm sure they'll definitely relish and enjoy as much as they can.
A lot of rotation in the number 9 position between White and Shaw. Blackstad. Brasso. Well, her touch was heavy, but she got there all the same. Blackstad, good save, and it's put in the rebound. Bunny Shaw, just seconds after coming onto the pitch, puts Manchester City into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup.
Full credit for Gareth Taylor for his substitutions today. It's another one that's made an instant impact. Another two, you could say. Blackstad with the initial shot. Mary Earps makes the block, but unfortunately it pops out straight to Shaw, who's in the right place at the right time to slot it home.
Happy with that, the day's work. Khadija Shaw, her third goal in the FA Cup. Her 7th in all competitions this season. An afternoon that Mary Earps and Manchester United that started so well, but one they'll want to put behind them very quickly. With our guys with the stopwatch, apparently 39 seconds between Bunny Shaw coming on and putting the ball in the net. Not bad.
Is that an FA Cup record, or I think maybe we could do more?
I'm sure someone will know. Gotta be close. Siobhan, in your opinion, has this been a bit of a collapse from Manchester United, or has this just been a brilliant second half display from Manchester City?
I think you've got to say it's a combination of the two. Manchester City have been brilliant, but in moments where the game's on a pivot, when it's changing from when you're in control to out of it, you've got to have key players that step up and take control of the situation, and Manchester United kind of let things run away from them too quickly and then found themselves out of the game.
Bruin won't get onto that. Blackstad coming away from that with Onibadia. He's still battling.
It's a game now where it's got to the point that Manchester City are pretty much home and dry. For both teams, they won't want to see any of their players picking up injuries, especially Onibadia. She's so vital to Manchester United, and they've got a lot left to play for in the league.
And another yellow card for that challenge on Onibadia. Georgia Stanway. Now, next up for Manchester United, a big game of the WSL next weekend. Back here against Leicester City. And we want to get back on track as quickly as possible. Zellum delivers, and that will be Ellie Roebucks.
I think that delivery sums up the two differences between Manchester United's performance. The first half, Katie Zellum's deliveries were fantastic. She was probably my player of the first half, but second half she hasn't really been able to get on the ball, and that delivery for her was poor.
Stanway loses out. Manchester United is going to make some subs now. The game is certainly up for them, but a couple more players on the pitch Leah Galton coming off for Ivana Fuso. Jackie Karunen also withdrawn. And Boa Risa prepared to come on for the final 6 minutes or so. Disappointing afternoon for Manchester United, and no closer to that elusive first trophy since they were reborn in 2018. But I think it's important to stress that winning a trophy is very, very difficult. There aren't that many. You need to get your way all the way through to the final and then try and win that as well. It's easier said than done.
It most definitely is, but I think having played for Manchester United, having been a part of the club, it's a club that has high demands, high expectations, and regardless of the fact that they're only 4 years old, the club expects success and they'll expect continued investment, continued development, and to be pushing higher up. And one of those goals will have to be Champions League football this season.
That is still very much in the balance. Wouldn't be surprised if we went down to the final day. So many teams want to get in the top 3 and get that Champions League football for next season. And a substitution confirmation of that. Alana Kennedy off for Philippa Angeldal. Unlike the first chunk of the season, City with some real depth now in their squad. Looking well set for the business end of the season.
They definitely are, and if you can rotate Lucy Bronze into centre-back and Georgia Stanway back to your right-back positions and still feel comfortable and composed and bring other internationals on, it's a brilliant place to be in.
Rasso has been an absolute nuisance down that right-hand side.
Rasso's been a nuisance, and it's been the changes in this game that have been the difference. Rasso, where they're making those 2 other changes that led straight into another goal. I think Gareth Taylor's got to be pleased with a good day's work.
Birthday on Friday for Gareth Taylor. Deserves a couple more cold ones after this. Nice early kick-off for him as well, so plenty of time to sit back and relax. Rasso just evades Angeldal. Boa Risa. It was Hansen who his pass was intercepted. It was just about gathered by Mary Earps.
Sure, she would have been pleased to see that end up in her hands with the run of Shaw just across that near post, as she said, just made it into her hands. And on a day that hasn't ended up well for Manchester United, that wouldn't have been the way we'd want to see it finish.
So Siobhan, it's time to ask your FA Women's Cup Player of the Match.
For me, it's got to be the player that's made the biggest impact in this game, Caroline Weir. Since she's come on, she's changed that midfield, how dynamic it is, moving forward. She's got herself a goal. Rasso was close, but for me, Caroline Weir's just edged it.
Well, the starring role in a defeat to Manchester United, they must be sick of the sight of her.
Most definitely, and I think for me, the character she shows, even when she's not on that starting lineup, to still come onto the pitch, make the impact she does, whether it's a 10-minute cameo to score a goal, or whether it's a 45 minutes to come on and show exactly what she can do. Every time and time again, she gives you results.
Blackstad just offside there. Rasso nicks it off Blundell, who's not going to catch her. Putting on the afterburners. Rasso, Shaw. It's parried again, and as Blackstad put it into the net, The referee blew for a foul on Onabadia. Manchester United keep it at 4-1. Oh, she's given it. 5-1. They were sure it was a foul. And Manchester City have 5. Lovely flowing move. Hayley Raso at the centre of it.
Still seems to be some kind of confusion here as to whether it is a goal or whether it's... I'm not sure she has given it as a goal. Onabadia definitely down on the ground in significant pain here. Raso starts it as she follows in. She does foul Onabadia, and the referee has now given a free kick to Manchester United.
So a rare bit of light in this second half.
I think it's probably the right decision. You saw as Badji was there trying to defend the ball, Hayley Raso came through the back of her. Thankfully, it's not a moment that's going to completely change the game. You hate to see refereeing decisions impacting games like that. I think the game's well and truly already done.
Blackstad thought she'd had her first Manchester City goal, which is going to be part of a big Manchester City win. 4 minutes of time added on. Soon, still down, and eventually she does get the foul. Restart quickly.
Manchester United stepping up these last 4 minutes with a bit more intensity, but I think it's a little bit too late for now.
Zella managed to get around Raso, beats her again, and delivers. Fuso's touch though, a little bit heavy. She's done well to get back and keep possession. Well, Manchester United are beaten, well beaten, but still trying to perhaps finish with something positive.
I think if you can finish with a flurry of positivity, even if you lose the game, if you can get a late goal, gives you something to hold on to moving forwards, to show that you've got the right mentality, the right attitude to keep stepping it up even in tough times.
In space, allowed to drive forward. 2 minutes left of time added on. Weir. Good run from Blackstad and good defending. Caldwell, goal kick.
Good defending, covering across there from Caldwell. Another beautiful through ball from Caroline Weir. I think sometimes she just makes football look easy. She's so technically gifted. The weight on the pass was just perfect, almost.
Yeah, she always looks like she's got a little bit more time than everyone else.
You see some people play football and it just looks like it comes so naturally to them, and you think, this is someone that knows how to play football a little bit.
Well, City have shown good character. Perhaps earlier in the season this wouldn't have happened. They conceded careless goals and didn't come back from it, but greater resilience now.
Definitely, and I think it was easy to criticise Ellie Roebuck for that first goal, but I think since she's come back into this side, it's definitely given them more of an air of confidence, playing out through that back line.
They could yet get their fifth. Ball just runs away from Weir. Burrisa. That's an excellent pass to Kirsty Hansen, showing a good turn of pace. It's Hansen.
A brilliant turn of pace there from Kirsty Hansen. That's exactly what we know she can do. She's come back out to that left-hand side, but she's not just dominant on that left foot. The way she can cut in and deliver with her right foot is excellent.